So, Vara dark. Very dark. Very, very beautiful woman. Very outspoken. The exact thing that the radical left doesn't like. No, but the left is the one. They're the ones saying that. Oh, you hate women and this and that. But then when you have someone like Vera, who is a biological woman, who's outspoken, they jump on her and become sexist. And then they want to call people like me misogynist and sexist when we're standing up and defending women. Um, they did the same thing with Gina Carano. The radical right, far right extremists defending a woman, but I thought they were all misogynists. These people don't even think about half the crap that they say. Um, but we're back with this person. God of War creator David Jaffe. We should call him Jaffe Duck or Goofy. Because that's how he's acting. He's acting goofy. Loses his mind in unhinged sexist rant over Vara Dark. Now, what you're about to hear, if this was said from someone on the right, they would immediately be called sexist. They would be called misogynist. But because it's their side, somehow it's okay.
You are in that chair, Vera, because of your hair and your face and your gender.
I've heard stories about how David.
Your hair, your face, and your gender. That sounds very sexist, sir. Now, again, if someone on the right was to say that, it'd be considered immediately people would be screaming sexism, misogyny, but because it's their side, it's okay. David Jaffe, the creator of God of War, really the mighty have fallen. This dude going from creating God of War to sitting there and saying that Vara is somehow doing what she does because she has a pretty face, being on the same side of people who call everyone a sexist and misogynist, and now being very sexist and misogynistic himself. Again, God of War, the game where you were able to fuck chicks as a mini game. That dude. I have to remind everyone about the mini game in the first God of War. Yeah, that dude. That dude. That God of War. And this is what he's doing. 1971 he was born. And this is how he wants to spend his retirement years. Claiming that women like Farah, who don't side with them, are privileged or whatever because of their pretty face and their gender. Sounds sexist to me. God, a creator of War, at one time, way back in the day, had quite the storied career in gaming, but his public trade, but his recent public tirade, specifically against YouTuber Vara Dark, among a slew of other strange takes, has left everyone questioning his sanity. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, these people, like, have you noticed how many celebrities and crap aren't even on Twitter anymore? They're either on Blue Sky or they're just not around. Look at freaking Rob Reiner. The man is so weak-willed that he had to check himself into a mental institution because of Orange Man Bad. Mark Hamill, yeah, Luke Skywalker, the Joker, Mark Hamill, deleted his social media or staying away from it so he can recover. What? And these are the same people calling you misogynistic and sexist and phobes, isms, people who have to check into institutions because Orange Man Bad broke them. So everything they say should be taken with a grain of salt because these people are insane. Following Vera's critique of his comments blaming YouTube grifters for the failure of Dragon Age The Fail Guard, which I also did, and I mean, the long short of it is, oh, well, you can't really blame gamers, but you can. It's not really their fault, but it is. That's pretty much what it came down to. Oh, it's not their fault, but it is. Vara's roast was direct but fair. She called Jaffe goofy, salty for blaming gamers and YouTubers for failures in the industry, while refusing to accept the mediocrity of the fail. I actually was going to call it the fail guard again, the veil guard. However, her recounting Jaffe goofy past comments and her observations about his hypocrisy that seemed to strike a nerve. Very dark, very young, very beautiful, very smart. Everything the radical left hates. They prefer girls, women with a little something between their legs. No, but it's so she would fit the bill of what they would consider a strong female. It's like I said with Gina Carano. She fits the bill of what they see as a strong, independent, outspoken woman. But because she doesn't agree with them, because she's not on their side, they have no problem. The people who call you misogynistic and sexist, they have no problem becoming misogynistic and sexist when it comes to talking about her. But it's okay because they're trying to correct the injustices of the world, right? Because she's on the wrong side of history. Responded with a tirade that was as condescending as it was frankly bizarre. Jaffe's bizarre adventure. Among his many hot and spicy, he accused Vara of being a mental lightweight as the dude mentally breaks down, and repeatedly demeaned her intellect, appearance, and credibility. Sounds like you're a bit of a misogynist there, buddy boy. He straight up went after went to attacking her looks to try and defeat her. Yeah. Went to attacking her looks to try to defeat her. Yeah. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. See if it works out. Most would agree about the bold strategy, not that, you know. His rants and unhinged quotes on Vara's criticism of his book reference. He lashed out when Vara dismissed his use of a book about Vince McMahon and Donald Trump to support his theory, saying, "Just read a little bit. You've got to do the research, lady. I didn't just pull out some rando book on the WWE. I pulled out a book about the fucking thing I was speaking about." While attempting to defend his point, he segued into unrelated topics, saying, "Do I think Trump's word that YouTube still doesn't like people saying was staged? I don't know. But if you think that that's beyond the pale, you guys are the ones talking about Barack Obama not being a citizen and kids going to school and becoming home with different sex." Well, while that is a little exaggerated, numbers don't lie. Have you seen the insane amount of numbers, the insane rise of somehow children identifying as trans? Children under the age of 13? That they've got to be learning it from somewhere. You have all these teachers that put themselves on TikTok saying, "So I came out to my children today. I let them know that I was trans and that if any one of them felt a little different, that they were welcome and that they were loved." So while it's more of a joke of kids going to school and coming back a different gender, that's part of the joke. But they do seem to be more they care more about teaching about gender pronouns and dildos than they do about actual real world reading, writing, math, science, history. And when they do teach those things, they have to pervert those too. Like you're in math class and suddenly your teacher just comes out and says that she's non-binary. It's like, who freaking cares? So, sarcastically dismissed Farah's claim that he defined grifters as people sitting online talking about games. Is that my definition of a grifter? Where you are getting that? Well, where are you getting that from, Vara Dark? Where are you getting that, Vara Dark, from? Again, Vara, I'm going to give you a little bit of an education here. Again, these people always talk down to you like they think they know everything, but they end up being the most ridiculous and unintelligent people in the room. Um, Despite his denial, Goofy spent a significant portion of his video ranting about about YouTubers and the influence on yeah. Like I said, I talked about it, and I think one of the things he's like basically was like, oh well, just kind of get used to it because that's the way it is now. Uh, you were in that chair, Vara, because of your hair, of your face, and your gender, and that's fine, by the way. There's no problem with that. But let's be clear, you're a mental lightweight. The irony here. The irony of his statement was not lost on observers, as Jaffe contradicted himself within seconds, projecting his insecurities while failing to refute Vara's points. You don't say. You don't say. A bizarre NASA analogy. Oh god, this should be good. To emphasize Vera's supposed incompetence, Jaffe compared himself to a NASA engineer, then completely undermined his point. If I was like in NASA and they were like, oh shit, the space station's going to explode. Everybody, we can only solve this by looking at the blueprints and the math. I don't effing know. Within 5 minutes, they'd be like, Jaffe, go get the coffee. Instead of bolstering his argument, the analogy highlighted his self-awareness, or lack thereof, about his own limitations. In perhaps the most outlandish, oh great, moment, Jaffe compared Vara's intellect to a spider. But he's the mentally superior one, right? You have about as much mental capacity as a spider that I killed in my shower this morning. It's the goddamn truth, Vara. Sounds like he's belittling the intelligence of a woman. That's very, that sounds pretty misogynistic of you there, buddy boy. But it's okay when you guys do it, right? If anyone on the right was to say any of this, any one of them would be attacked. But no, because you're on the right side of history. You're on the right side of history. It's perfectly fine, right? This goes to some extreme levels of discourse from Jaffe. Personal attacks over professional. They don't care. They don't care. The fallout. His meltdown has gone absolutely nothing to win him any. Has done absolutely nothing to win him any sympathy whatsoever from the community. If anything, it's brought the spotlight on him for all the wrong reasons. Sure, he'll get some sort of short-lived attention, but long-term, you will see his channel fade into obscurity, and as these kinds of things always follow the same path. His comments are complete overreactions to any kind of legitimate criticism. Veradark's roasting vid may have been blunt and straightforward, but it focused on overall industry concerns, which they don't like. Instead, any legitimate concerns, it's your fault. It's the gamer's fault, not the multi-million-dollar companies screwing things up. No, it's us. It's always us. They never have to worry about taking responsibility, which is why games continue to be bad. Because they see no need to fix anything. Highlighting Jaffe's refusal to acknowledge failures in the gaming that goes well beyond YouTube grifters. Not that anyone is surprised at this point. Hell, if anything, Jaffe is a great comic relief from reality, but the joke is all on him. Instead of addressing any of these actual points, Jaffe's resorted to name-calling, condescension, and self-contradiction. For a creator once celebrated for his contributions to gaming, his public outburst has left his once storied reputation in tatters. God of War and Twisted Metal be damned. The man is a shell of what he used to be. You hate to see it. How the mighty have fallen indeed. Yeah, again, God of War. The game where you go around and mercilessly and brutally take down the Greek gods. You fuck bitches. How somehow this became a dude sitting there whining about a woman. Uh, Sael's comment, he'd go as trans as his kid. Oh, he'd go as trans as his kid if it got him the views. Was absolutely savage and hilarious. For someone from the liberal left camp, this guy, yeah, that's what I said. Claiming that Vara's success is solely relying upon her attractiveness and femininity is extremely misogynistic viewpoint. Yeah, yeah. Again, if anyone on the right was to say any of the crap that this dude just said, they'd all be pounced on. They'd all be pounced on. But because he's on the right side of history, it's perfectly fine when they say it. To say that she's because of her looks, that's extremely misogynistic, sir. But this is coming from the side that can't even define what a woman is. They think that dudes who look like me can be women. So, I'm 6'4", clearly long hair, got a beard, got a dick between my legs, and somehow I can be a woman. So they don't even know what a woman is. If you've seen games lately for the past couple years, the women look like dudes. They don't want strong biological women. They want strong women who look like dudes. So, but of course, this dude's the misogynist here. I'm defending a woman, and somehow I'm still going to be the sexist incel or some other bullshit because that side is filled with a bunch of Riris. They say these words, and I have no idea what they mean. They just want to be cool and like, oh wow, I heard this word on the internet, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna take it for a spin. I'm gonna use it on this freaking idiot online who has dumb takes and he lives in a cave and So yeah, How the Mighty Have Fallen. Once creator of God of War, one of the most awesome games of all time, reduced to being a sexist and misogynistic man, talking about how Vara Dark is only successful because of her looks. The same side that says that hate has no place here, they sure are hateful. They sure are hateful. But no, we love Vara. Like I said, I think they're just mad because a lot of the women on their side look like dudes. Probably because they are dudes. Again, I can identify as a woman, and they think nothing of it. So, but yeah, just it, they they don't learn. They don't learn. They don't think about what they're saying before they say it. They say that they're the side of love and tolerance, and hate has no place here, and we're college educated, and they're always the most intolerant, the most hateful, and the most uneducated. But that, my friends, is called projection. So, but anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.